When you're flying into Cameron, you know that you're going to a war zone. When they sort of hurriedly open the doors and tell you to get off, you have a sense, but it's still kind of an abstraction. What was the first thing you saw or heard or experienced that made this facts concrete that now you're in a war zone where you realized, oh yeah, okay, this really is for real. Of course you know that, but what was it that happened that really for the first time drove the point home to you that this really is a war zone?
I realized that I was in deep trouble um, when I arrived uh, in the field with Delta Company, 1st Battalion, 7th Cavalry. I got off I was on a supply helicopter, and I got off and I found the company commander and I reported to him and I said, hi. And boy, he dressed me down. He says, don't you ever salute me in the field. Don't you ever do that.
Mm.
And of course, I'm thinking about that. I just indicated that he's a target. Yeah. So,
Wow.
and that afternoon, I got there about 11 in the morning. And that afternoon, we got in our first firefight. I got in my first firefight. That was life-changing. Being shot at for the first time was truly life-changing.
Can you describe that? I mean, 1 minute you're not in a firefight, the next minute you're in a firefight.
Yeah.
To the extent possible, can you describe that sort of that transition, the sounds, what happens to you physically, what happens to you mentally in that, just that quick transition from not in a firefight to now you're in a firefight?
We were moving down trail, and all of a sudden I could hear a crack, and then immediately after the crack I heard pow. So what I was hearing that bullet twice. I was hearing that bullet when it passed me, breaking the sound barrier, and then I heard the report from the rifle that it was fired from. And it happened twice before I realized, and before my platoon sergeant grabbed me and pulled me to the ground. And so now there are these people in front of us, directly in front of us, that are trying to put an end to my life. And I have to do something about that. And pulling the trigger was not as automatic as I thought it should have been. I'm looking out there, I'm trying to figure out I'm still in my mind trying to figure out, hey, what the hell is going on here? Why are we on the ground? Why am I pointing my rifle in this direction? What is going on? It didn't all fit together. It was disjointed. This whole thing was disjointed. And then my platoon sergeant's next to me and he's saying, you dumb fucker, shoot, shoot, shoot. Just anything to get. And so I started to shoot.
So this is the classic case of the senior enlisted guy helping the junior officer.
Absolutely.
Sort of, easy.
Yeah.
How long did that firefight go on?
45 seconds.
Wow.
And it was over. I emptied one magazine, 18 rounds. I don't think anybody shot much more than that. It was just quick. And oftentimes, a lot of the firefights were that way. 2-3 minutes was a long firefight. There were times when, when we fought all night, but those were usually on some sort of night defense position or fire support base or something like that, where we were dug in or at a built up area. But those little firefights out in the woods, they were quick.
Did you have a sense of what it was? Was it a couple of VC who just opened fire and ran, or what was that?
Yeah, after we went out and reconned the area, and we were able to found one blood trail moving off to the south. This trail ran east and west that we were on, and we found a blood trail, and we figured that they'd taken the people who did not get shot, took the wounded guy, and headed south with him to get him out of the kill zone that we had for them. There we were the kill zone that we were shooting into. So getting them out of there as quickly as they could. They quit. All of a sudden, we're the only ones shooting. So, about another 15 seconds of that, and we quit. And then it's just this eerie silence, like you're waiting for something to happen.
You said that this first firefight changed your life. So we're talking about something that maybe took a minute, less than a minute. You say it changed your life. How did it change you?
It made me realize that my life was in danger. Up until that time, I don't think I really realized that I can be shot. I can die. I think though at all that time, in training and this and our ranger, all that stuff, just not until I was shot at and I heard that bullet whip over my head. That crack pretty much aged me. It turned me from an unknowing boy into a man. It certainly did that.
How old were you? About 21 or so?
I was 19.
19.
Yeah. 19. I was just about to turn 20.